Hi, this is Don. I want to give you an update. Fixing to go to the Arctic Ocean, take a dip. Let me show you. This is where we board the bus. Take us to the Arctic Ocean so we can take our dip. Right here, we're at Prudhoe Bay at Dead Horse Camp, where we're spending 2 nights.
Well, we're not going to see where the pipeline actually starts today. That's restricted access past where I'm allowed to drive you folks. But I can tell you the general area right now is off to the left side, due west about 5 miles. Pump station 1 is over there. All the oil wells that are drilled on the North Slope of Alaska, whether they're 5 miles away or 100 miles away, feed into that pipeline. That's the only way to get oil out of this region. We're only going to see about 10% of the oil field today, and that's being very, liberal with how much we're seeing. We are probably seeing more like 5%. There's 570 square miles of leases up here. Not all are developed, but I would go as far to say that most are developed. Largest oil field by area in North America, and we're only allowed to see a tiny piece of it. Some of the equipment out here is proprietary, so that's why there's concerns about what photos you take and where we can go. And mostly though, it's just a dangerous place to be, and that's why the security is tight, We'll drive past hydrogen sulfide designated areas today. There'll be heavy equipment around, suspended loads, and all those things are, injury risks at the least. But even though everything is so large here and there is a lot of hazards, it's not just accepted that there are injuries out here. People aren't like, oh, well, it's an oil field, you're going to get hurt. It's not like that here. And that's a good thing. It makes the newspaper whenever somebody gets seriously or fatally injured out here. So it's a very different oil field in some ways out here. It's also different because we have a lot more activity in the winter over the summer. There's more work that can be done up here in the winter because we have tundra around us. There's only about 2 feet of ground that falls in the summertime, and what does fall needs to stay thawed, or what is below that will then begin to thaw. The permafrost, there's about 2,000 feet of permafrost. If you remove this active layer, then over the next 50 to 100 years, the gouge below will become the new active layer, and we don't have climate conditions to support the regeneration of permafrost so much on the North Slope. In a lot of ways, it's a remnant of the Ice Age. Deeper you go into the permafrost, of course, the older things get, and you can find prehistoric remains that are remarkably well preserved. There's woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats and stuff like that in this permafrost. Yeah, this is drill site 1 that we're next to on the left. So that's a drill site that would have been completed around the time the pipeline was completed in '77. It's old, but still very much active, artesian, and the drill rig is out there right now reworking it. And that drill rig just showed up overnight. Not last night, but about 2 weeks ago. I was on the 3:30 shuttle, and then I came back on the 8:30 shuttle, and it just was there, the whole building. And the drill rigs can move at 2 miles an hour or so, very slowly, but fast enough to get around, and it's fast for how big that thing is. All right, so I didn't say this, but I'm not going to enforce safety glasses anymore. Didn't say it, but I mean, that's how it is for some of the workers out here too, they just put them on when they get there and take them off when they roll past. Might happen less and less though, because a lot of company vehicles these days are getting the driver facing cameras, But yeah, now we're on the Hillcore oil field here. So this was bought out by a Texas company called Hillcore about 5 years ago, maybe less than 5. They bought it from BP. They specialize in declining oil fields, as this has been in decline over here since the early 2000s. There's your sandhill crane on the right side, as I said. I told you, not just a bad joke. Yeah, decline has been going on here since the early 2000s. It's been offset and slowed. Not gone, it's gone downhill as rapidly as expected in the 70s, so the pipeline remains operational 25 years after its expiration date. 1988 saw the peak of production at 2 million barrels per day. Now we see about 420,000 barrels per day as of 2024. Pipeline and the facilities that feed the pipeline are only expected to be able to handle about 500,000 barrels per day, about a quarter of the capacity back in 1988. So even as the oil field expands and we see more drilling in places far away like like the National Petroleum Reserve, yeah, we're still gonna hit a wall at 500,000 barrels per day, and that might decrease as time goes on. Once everything is no longer financially viable here, the oil companies that are still here extracting are responsible for cleaning up everything. If they don't clean it up, they have to keep paying the state to lease the land. Now, there has been, deposits made for the cleanup upon the initial lease, and that gets passed from merger to merger and from lease sale to lease sale. It is possible that most of this will get cleaned up, but it's going to take a long time. The state goes as far to require the vegetation to be returned to the tundra when they reclaim the land. So yeah, follow my lead, please. We're going to go up the beach. There's a nice long piece of driftwood that we can take our shoes off. Grab yourself a towel on the way out. It feels chilly out here, which is great.
Time to get wet.
Line of ice out there.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
This is the closest that the ice flow has ever been here. So. Time to get wet. Called the Arctic Plunge. Okay, let's go see how cold this water is. Not bad at all. Maybe 40 degrees. Okay, it's time for the Arctic Plunge. Okay, it's time for the Arctic Plunge.
You think they're right in there?
Yeah.
You want us to stay away or you want us out there?
I don't think my glasses are up there. My sunglasses, are they?
I don't know.
We're at up there.
Lenny, you want to look to see if there's any glasses over there?
Glasses.
He lost his glasses. He got colder further out. Well, you're closer to the ice. That's a good one. That's a lot better than I thought.
High five.
Yeah.
I think you just gotta run and go.
So I went back in looking for my glasses. So I took 2 Arctic Plunge. So be sure to subscribe to miss nothing, so you won't miss any of the Alaska adventures.